The episode 8 begins with JJ, who is standing beside Angelo. She looks deeply sad, completely lost in her thoughts, remembering what happened yesterday. She recalls how she was searching for Yuri, only to find him sitting in the rain, crying. He told her that he was the one who arranged their engagement. He apologized to her and confessed that he loved her. At that moment, Kiefer arrived and saw them together. He told her that he had been searching for her all night. He started crying and said that he would pretend he hadn't seen anything. We return to the present. Angelo tells her that they spoke yesterday with the school's board of directors about what happened, so there is no need for her to worry. He reassures her that he will take care of everything because Aris needs rest. He begs her not to pressure him and asks her to stay away from any problems, even if it's just this once, for Aris's sake. But she is not paying attention at all. He calls her name and asks, "Are you with me?" She answers yes. He tells her that he is leaving now and that his mother will arrive shortly, asking her to take care of Aris. She agrees, and he leaves. She feels extremely upset and says to herself that so many things have happened, and Aris is exhausted. Yet despite all of that, she is still thinking about her own problems. Then she realizes that Aris is awake. She rushes to him and checks on him, relieved, saying how good it is that he woke up. But he asks her to leave the room. She is surprised by his behavior and tells him that she just wanted to check on him. She asks why he is always angry with her, then leaves. Aris is left alone, deeply troubled. He tells himself that he is not angry at her, but he doesn't understand why. He is the only one who remembers everything. He asks himself, "What am I to you? And why did you do this to me?" We go into a flashback. When they were children, they were living together in the same house with her mother. We see JJ sitting and playing with Aris. Suddenly, her mother comes in, hugs JJ, and asks Aris to take the bags she brought inside. She tells JJ that she must respect him and listen to him because he is older than her, like an older brother. She hugs and kisses JJ affectionately. From a distance, Aris watches them and tells himself that he is like her older brother and that her mother is his mother too. But he feels hurt because she loves JJ more than she loves him. One day, Aris is playing with JJ, holding his mother's powder. His mother comes in angrily, shouting at him for playing with her things. She is extremely upset and starts arguing with a neighbor over a man. She tells her that just because her children have different fathers doesn't mean she should be treated that way. The neighbor says she understands, but there was no need for her to smash the man's head into the wall. She looks at her children, pulls the neighbor aside, and says that the man hit her and thought she would be scared if he did that. Aris hears this from a distance. The neighbor asks her what she plans to do now and how she will convince the children. JJ's mother says she will manage and look for another job where she can take JJ with her because Aris needs to start school since he's grown up now. The neighbor asks about expenses, school fees, and new clothes. She suggests that she return to her family's house and leave the children with her mother. She laughs and says she has told her many times that she is not her real mother, but her father's wife. Even though she was kind to her recently, she still can't go back to her. The neighbor keeps trying to convince her, saying that if she was kind, she would accept her, but she refuses, saying that when she gave birth to Aris, her siblings talked about her behind her back, so she left and doesn't want to deal with them again. The neighbor urges her to think again because she desperately needs money, then suggests calling the children's father, who is rich and bought her the apartment. She starts thinking, unsure of what to do. She notices Aris standing nearby and yells at him, telling him that children shouldn't listen to adults' conversations. He gets scared and goes inside. One day, Aris is sitting with JJ, who is very sick and has a high fever. She keeps crying and says she wants her mother. He comforts her and tells her that she's not here right now. Then she says she's hungry, so he rushes out to buy her something to eat. When he comes back, he finds his mother standing there, yelling at him and asking where he went and why he left his sister alone while she was sick. He becomes very sad and doesn't respond. He's heartbroken because today was supposed to be his first day at school, but because of JJ's illness, he couldn't go. His mother is very harsh with him, constantly yelling and forbidding him from going to school. He keeps crying and begging to go, but she hits him to silence him. At that moment, his grandmother arrives. He runs to her and hugs her, while his mother yells at her for hitting him. This is the first time he ever sees his grandmother. Later, his mother packs his clothes and decides to leave him with his grandmother. He keeps crying because he wants JJ to come with him. Angelo tries to calm him down, telling him that men shouldn't cry. He calms down and asks his mother if she will come back after JJ gets better. She says yes and leaves. He keeps crying after her. After some time, his mother comes back and gives papers to his aunt, telling them that Aris will stay with his aunt for a while. She says she will enroll him in a good school and buy him toys and new clothes because she needs to be with JJ during this period. He gets upset and tells her that she only loves JJ and wants to abandon him because she doesn't love him. She tries to calm him down, saying that's not true and that he's still young and doesn't understand. He runs to his aunt, hugs her, and keeps crying. Later, we learn that Eris used to visit JJ from time to check on her, but his desire for her to live with him faded as many things changed. His mother remarried, and they grew up. One day, he goes to see her, and her friends ask who he is. She tells them he is her cousin. He is shocked by this, but then realizes that she forgot him because he left her when she was 3 years old. He is deeply saddened, never imagining that she would forget him and think he is her cousin instead of her brother. He worries about her constantly. He notices that she isn't wearing shoes, so he takes off his sneakers and gives them to her, telling her not to walk barefoot again so she doesn't get hurt. He puts her on his bicycle and notices a wound on her neck. He asks her what it is and whether her stepfather hurts her, but she refuses to answer and says she wants to go home. She runs away, leaving him behind. Later, he notices that someone is watching him and is always present wherever he goes. One day at school, he sees the man again and asks his friends why that man is always watching them. At that moment, his aunt calls him and tells him to come immediately because they can't find his sister. He learns that her stepfather was beating and torturing her. He runs desperately, searching for her in the park where she was last seen, and finds her beaten and broken. She is in shock and unable to speak. He hugs her tightly, full of regret for not telling his grandmother about the wound he saw on her neck before. Later, we learn that his aunt went to the police station and found out that the man who did this to JJ is dead. A doctor examines her and tells them that she is suffering from severe trauma and temporary memory loss. She advises them to take her to a psychiatrist for treatment. The doctor leaves. The grandmother is deeply saddened and leaves as well. JJ complains that her back hurts badly and asks Eris what they did to her back. He tells her that she has wounds on her back. She is confused because she doesn't remember how she got injured. He comforts her sadly, telling her that she will remember with time once she rests. From then on, she lives with her grandmother, and both of them are separated from their mother. They grow up. We see Angelo yelling at JJ, asking how a girl can beat boys with her hands. His mother comes and calms him down. JJ gets furious, leaves them, and walks away. Aris sits there, unable to do anything for her. Angelo goes after her, but Aris stops him and says he will go instead. As he follows her, he hears her talking to someone who asks, "Have you seen my son, Eris?" She looks surprised and asks, "Are you Eris's father?" Eris runs toward her, but finds a man grabbing her, while another man joins in and beats him. They force both of them into a car and drive away. When they wake up, they are terrified, not knowing where they are. The man who kidnapped them comes in and says, "You and Aris look very similar." Aris recognizes him. It's the same man who had been watching him. He leaves them food and tells them to eat, then leaves. We learn that he is Aris's father. This is the first time Aris ever sees him. He always wished to meet him, but not like this. After a while, his father comes back and finds JJ unconscious. He grabs Aris and tells him to leave her alone, but Aris refuses. His father hits him and tries to drag him away by force. Suddenly, JJ wakes up, runs toward them, and pushes him. Aris starts hitting his father, and JJ bites him hard. He pushes her away, causing her to hit her head, then pushes Aris again, yelling at him to come with him. JJ grabs a metal rod and strikes him on the head, knocking him to the ground. Aris moves toward her, but she hits him and starts screaming. He is shocked by her behavior. She looks at the blood on her hands and screams uncontrollably, having a nervous breakdown. She looks at Aris and asks if he is going to hurt her too. She grabs a knife and tries to stab him. He keeps shaking her, telling her that he is Eris, but she stabs him in the stomach, screaming that all of them want to hurt her. Iris collapses, crying in disbelief at what she did. We learn that he stayed in the hospital for a week recovering. He didn't know how to feel toward her and couldn't bring himself to see her after what happened. Later, Yuri, Kiefer, and Pierce visit him, relieved to know he's fine. The doctor says he can be discharged next week. They bring him a cake and celebrate his discharge, laughing together. Later, JJ comes to check on him, but he sees her standing there holding the knife she stabbed him with. She leaves. Kiefer asks who she was, but Aris says he doesn't know. At night, she comes again to check on him and says she wanted to visit earlier, but there were always people around. He struggles to control himself and avoids looking at her. She asks what happened to his father, because she doesn't remember anything. She moves closer to examine him, but he pushes her away and yells, telling her not to touch him. She is shocked by his reaction. He cries and begs her to stay away from him and never talk to him again. Hurt and devastated, she leaves. Later, Eris is discharged from the hospital and decides to drive himself. His friends worry about him, but he insists he's fine. Kiefer tells him that he's been different since leaving the hospital. Aris says he's fine, just hasn't been sleeping well. Heavy rain starts falling. Yuri suggests pulling over because it's dangerous, but Aris insists they must return the car to Angelo as soon as possible. While driving, memories flood back. He grows weak, sees JJ in front of him, and crashes the car. We return to the present. Aris is in the hospital, remembering everything and crying. At JJ's house, her grandmother tells her to get ready because Eris is being discharged today. She becomes very happy. At the hospital, Eris arrives with his aunt, and his mother is there as well. JJ approaches to check on him, but he pulls away and asks what she's doing there. She says she came to see how he is, and introduces him to her new husband. Aris greets him, but the man doesn't respond. His mother confronts the aunt, accusing her of teaching her children disrespect when she's not around. JJ is confused and asks, "Your children?" The aunt tells her to stop because he just left the hospital. Aris tells his mother not to speak to his mother that way, meaning his aunt. His mother explodes, saying he chose another mother. She yells at him, calls him disrespectful, and says that if she had known he would grow up like this, she would never have given birth to him. JJ is shocked. Her mother tells her that she still doesn't know the truth and asks Eris if he hasn't told her yet that they are siblings. JJ stares at him in disbelief. Her mother tells her that Eris is her brother. JJ breaks down crying, completely shocked. Eris looks at her and thinks to himself, "Why did I treat you that way?" The episode ends here. Don't forget to tell me your opinion in the comments and whether you liked the episode or not. Don't forget to like, subscribe to reach 10,000 subscribers. If you do that, bye-bye.